I'm Eric Novak, and this here is the 2020 Toyota Tacoma 4x4 TRD Pro. If there's one thing that I've learned in the 10 years that I've been doing automotive reviews is that of all the categories and types of vehicles, the one that probably has the strongest amount of loyalty and dedication is pickup trucks. With Toyota, it's obviously no different. There are some very hardcore dedicated Tacoma lovers. And for 2020, we're now looking at the third generation of the Tacoma. Also with pickup trucks, there's always this unlimited, almost it seems, combination of trim levels, body styles. And with this Tacoma, there's actually 16 different models with 3 body styles and a host of other trim levels, which really gives the ultimate in customization for someone who's looking for just the right truck for them. For this review, the good folks at Toyota have decided to put into the press fleet their top end vehicle. It is the TRD Pro with a double cab, so it basically retails at about 51,000 Canadian and 48,000 or so in the US. With it though, there's some neat features, and we're going to take a look at them. This 2020 Tacoma TRD Pro certainly does have a lot of curb appeal. It is visually attractive. People who love this truck really do point out to its looks. But you know, one of the things that has really drawn the most attention with this particular unit that I'm driving has been its color. This is a color they call army green, and it looks just like that army type of green you see on Jeeps and military vehicles. And I don't know, there's something about it that really resonates with folks. I've got a lot of comments on it, and when I first saw it, it seemed a little bit different to me because it was. You don't see vehicles of this color, but the more I drive it, the more I really like it. And especially when you're out in the woods and on the off-road, it really seems to fit in just right. Most mid-size trucks don't typically come with a step up, and in the case of this Tacoma, it really would be nice because when you open the door, you see that the rise is pretty high. I'm almost 6 feet tall, and this is really at my knee, so it's probably a good foot of rise. I know it's necessary for the off-road clearance, but it's also tough to get into because the seats in the Tacoma really are kind of low. There's not a lot of drop from the floor to the seat, so it's really kind of awkward to get into. And I'll be honest, in the week that I've been doing this, I have hit my knee on the steering wheel more than once. So, you know, I get the reasons why, but it is one of the more frustrating parts about this truck. Depending upon your configuration and engine and drivetrain, you are going to have varying payload capacities as well. With this particular TRD Pro with the V6 and 4x4, we have a 5-foot box, and we have a payload capacity of 1,295 pounds. It's actually with an automatic transmission. If you have a manual, it's about 20 pounds less. So depending on a host of factors and your customizing of the truck, your payload capacity could vary. At the top end, I've seen it's about 1,620 pounds, so you've got a range of about 300 to 400 pounds overall. As for what's under the hood of this 2020 Tacoma, it depends upon which country you live in. In Canada, we only have one engine choice. It is the 3.5 liter V6 that puts out 278 horsepower and 265 pound-feet of torque. But in the US, they also have a 4-cylinder engine option available. It is a 2.7 liter 4-cylinder, and that puts out 159 horsepower and 180 pound-feet of torque. Similar to Payload, your towing capacity is going to vary as well. With the 4-cylinder engine available in the US, you've got a 3,500 pound maximum towing, but with the V6, there's a bit of a variance depending upon trim levels and 4x4 or 4x2, manual or automatic, but you have a range between 6,400 and 6,800 pounds. The interior of the TRD Pro for 2020 sees the addition of a new 10-way power seat for added comfort. However, the overall seating position is something I don't think I could handle for long periods of time. There is an upgraded multimedia system as well, with the new 8-inch touchscreen display, built-in GPS navigation, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and more. Second row occupants of this double cab variant enjoy 32.6 inches of potential legroom and 38.3 inches of headroom. It's not bad, but larger occupants may feel the squeeze just a bit. It wasn't too many years ago that when we said pickup trucks, we would never include hybrid in the sentence or electrification. But we know things are changing. We know that the next F-150 is going to have an available hybrid, and a full electric F-150 is coming. We've heard electrification talks in trucks from General Motors. We know about Rivian, and of course there's this Tesla truck. So it's just a little bit of an interesting sidebar that here I am driving a Toyota truck, and we know that Toyota is, of course, the world's biggest seller of hybrids. They have more vehicles available as a hybrid than anyone else, yet I've never, at least that I'm aware of, heard any mention of the fact that they would put any sort of hybridized option or electrification into the Tacoma or the Tundra. So it's just an interesting little sidebar observation. Now, I don't know if that's going to change now that everyone else is, but certainly Toyota would seem well equipped to put a hybrid in this vehicle. Fuel economy numbers for the 2020 Tacoma will vary depending upon engine type and transmission. For my particular double cab 4x4 V6 TRD Pro tester with an automatic transmission, the official combined fuel economy numbers are 11.9 liters per 100 kilometers or 19.8 US miles per gallon. And proving that manual transmissions are no longer the more fuel efficient option, the stick shift figures for this unit would be 12.9 liters per 100 kilometers or 18.2 US mpg. Now, in my week of mostly daily driving combined with a day of 4x4 off-roading, I wasn't able to hit that mark as I finished the week at 12.7 liters per 100 kilometers or 18.5 US miles per gallon. And yes, I did just mention above that I was able to spend some time with the Tacoma doing what this TRD Pro variant was truly built to do. After an overnight full of rain, the temptation to take a Sunday drive on some unpaved roads was just too strong, so I grabbed the kids and set out for a bit of off-roading fun. The TRD Pro runs on 16-inch wheels with Goodyear Wrangler all-terrain Kevlar reinforced tires. TRD also updated the tuning of the Fox 2.5-inch internal bypass shocks and front and rear springs. Handling off-road terrain in the TRD Pro is made possible thanks to standard on-demand part-time four-wheel drive with an electronically controlled transfer case and an electronically controlled locking rear differential. Automatic transmission-equipped Tacomas, such as what I was driving, also offer further off-road capability and driver confidence with Hill Start Assist Control, Multi-Terrain Select, and Crawl Control. There is 9.4 inches of ground clearance below the differential on the Tacoma. High-tech trail assistance on the TRD Pro comes to the fore with the new panoramic view monitor plus multi-terrain monitor. The driver can select front, side, or rear views for improved visibility, and in more challenging situations, under-vehicle terrain view can help the driver avoid potential unseen obstacles. You know, a question I often get asked is, hey Eric, what's your favorite car? Or, I'm in the market for a new vehicle, what do you recommend? And I always have to answer with it all depends, because it really does. You know, I've said before that if we all were perfectly suited for the same vehicle, then we'd all be driving that same vehicle, and my job as a reviewer would be pretty boring or non-existent. Well, this week we're driving the blue one, or the red one. So I say that because with this Toyota Tacoma and the TRD Pro, you've really got to ask yourself, who is this for? I mean, to really get the maximum benefit and to really have this as your right choice, you got to be willing to take it off-road and use the full TRD Pro capabilities like we did on our drive out off-roading the other day. But as a daily driver, you know, there's a couple of annoyances with this vehicle. I mean, the step up is really annoying, and of course it's not the most fuel efficient vehicle we've ever had, so you've got to bear that in mind. For those who are looking for a mid-sized truck that has off-roading capabilities, I think this is a great choice. I really admittedly had fun in it when I'd had my time with the family up off-roading. I think it was a lot of great capabilities, and it was a blast to drive. It wouldn't be my daily driver, but again, it all depends on what you're looking for. So if this is what you're looking for, give it a shot, because I think you'll really like it. That's it for this review. I'm Eric Novak. Thanks for watching. there's plenty of ways for you to keep connected with me. So check out some of my social media links, suggested videos, and I'd really love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel.